So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to take my nail polish remover. This is the DG Body. I believe I got this at either Walmart or Walgreens, something like that. And so that's the very first thing we're going to do. We're just going to make sure we take off all this old yucky nail polish. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say is always make sure you get the underneath of your nails when you're taking off your nail polish, because a lot of gunk can end up underneath your nails and you don't want to start a fresh mani with dirty undernails. And today I'm going to do like the full nail routine. I'm going to show you the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs of my nails, like if I was going full home nail care. We're gonna go ahead. I typically do not buff my nails regularly. If I buff them, it's probably gonna be once every 3 months, once every 2 months. If I see that they're like a little bit gritty, or if I see that there's a lot of peeling, then that's more so when I go ahead and do more buffing. But for the most part I don't. And this is just a thing I picked up, I think it was at like Walgreens, and these two sides, the flat sides, those are actually nail files. These different colors here, I'm sure you guys have seen this, I'll say side 1, 2, 3, 4, and they basically, you start out with number 4 and build your way up. So number 4 is even out, so we'll even out, then we'll smooth the nail, then we'll buff the nail, and then we'll shine the nail. The nails, they have been buffed, they have been shined, they have been smoothed, they are looking nice. So I'm just taking this Revlon nail file. I really like the Revlon nail file, so I have these all over my house. This one's a little bit on the beat up side, but it has one side that's a really fine grit and it's wonderful for smoothing, and then they have like a medium grit. And because I have natural nails, I don't find that it really matters to have something coarser than this. This one works fine. And I always, you know, go in one direction, and I try to even them out. If I see that one nail is particularly longer than the rest, or if I break a nail, then I try to file the other ones down. And if you want to see like how crazy long my nails were, I have a highlights on my Instagram for all my nail designs, and basically like my nails were crazy long actually about a year ago. So go check them out if you're interested to see how. Now it's always important to do the sides of your nails, because the number one thing that causes a lot of breakage, at least for me, is when I end up having really sharp corners, or my nails begin to crack like along sides, like here, right along the nail, as opposed to just like I hit something and it breaks. So I always make sure that I'm filing the sides of my nails as far up as it can go is where I'm filing, because I want to make sure that they're not, you know, there's not anything jagged. And then I always make sure to go ahead and round out my corners, because I don't want them to snag. And then the last thing I do is I do the top to make sure it keeps the squared shape. Much done with my filing. So now let's talk about our base coats. The two die-hard base coats I am all about is these two. So this one you can find at your local Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS, anywhere they sell Sally Hansen products. And this is the Complete Care 7-in-1. It's the pink bottle. It is a little bit on the expensive side. I believe it costs $13.99 or something along those lines. So it is pricey, but it is much better than the Sally Hansen nail hardener. But this is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend this over everything. I feel like once I started using this, I really did find a lot of nail growth and things like that happening, and my nails were getting better. So I just highly recommend it. The other one is this one. Now this one will be a little bit more challenging to get. I will link both of these down below in the description box, but this is amazing for nail growth. And this is a Mexican nail polish product, so I have not been able to find it in the States other than on eBay. But if you travel to Mexico, this is an extremely affordable product, maybe like 20 pesos or 10 pesos. So it's super cheap, but in the States on eBay, it runs for much more. On eBay, and they sold it for $10 a bottle. So very expensive, but because I know how good it is, I actually purchased. These two together are an amazing combination. Like, these are the ideal team. So first I go in with this one for the growth, and then I go in this one. And I always do two base coats. So even if I was only doing this one, because I have just used this one on its own, and I've just used that one on its own. So no matter what I'm doing, if I was doing just one, I would still apply 2 coats. But in this case, because I'm applying 2 different ones, then I'll go ahead and I'll just do 1 coat of one and 1 coat of the other. And so this is always our second one. Okay, so we've got both of our top coats now. Another step that is super important, especially if you're trying to grow out your nails and get long, strong nails, is always also adding your base coat to the bottom of the nails. And this is exactly when we were talking and I was saying make sure you get all this stuff from underneath the nails. It's exactly because of this. We're going to be going in and adding a coat of our Uña Milagrosa, and as soon as your nail gets some length, all you're doing is boom. It's as if you were doing, you know, you're just brushing it on like you would the top. You're just doing it on the bottom. That does our base. This is our base. This is what I do essentially for every single time I do my nails. I really wish I could like hide that because it's so damn ugly. Because it's spring, I thought I would go ahead and do a nice little blue yellow moment. Now this is the KL polish in Gemini. I know Kathleen Lights is no longer associated, and you can just take any yellow nail polish. I always do 2 coats, so I'll do 2 coats of the yellow and then I'll end up doing 2 coats of the blue, and so I'll go all the way around. CoverGirl has an amazing formula for nail polish. This is one of my all-time favorite formulas in the drugstore. Like, if you have never tried them, please do. They are fast drying. This is in the shade 101 Mutant, but these are just beautiful. They're opaque. They go so smoothly on. They last. I don't know. So if you've never tried the CoverGirl nail polish, do it because it's absolutely amazing. And it's a must try for drugstore polish. And I think I also like the brush size. Sometimes when you get big brush sizes like the KL polish ones, it just like, it doesn't let you get a really good application on the sides because it's just so much polish. It's absolutely stunning and I love it. Okay, so we just did our 2 coats, and you can stop there, you know, just get a Q-tip, put some top coat, and you're good to go. But we're actually going to be doing some nail stamping because it's spring and the flowers are out and we feeling good. Okay? Like I said, these two are my top go-to. So if you have a Dollar General, this one's it, baby. This one is it. I lost this one for a while because I was like, it was in a purse somewhere because I do my nails in the car. I'm a little adventurous and wild like that. So I couldn't find it, and then I bought this one and it was done. It was done. And so I'm going to show you both of these. And this is one of those that is like super watery. Super watery, like it's fast drying, which is nice, but it's just application is watery, which is that one has a really thin brush. Now we're going to do the Believe. And also the Believe one has like a nice scent to it. And it has a much thicker brush. And I got a glump. Uh-oh. Dang it, guys. Now that one is much thicker. If you can see these side by side. That top coat is much thicker, but like I said, they're both pretty fast dry. We have them with our first base, our first top coat. Try not to fall asleep on your nails, but I do it all the time. And if you do, you can always add a second top coat to kind of smooth it out. Okay, now let's talk about the designing. So recently, I used to be a big fan of just like freehand nail art. But over time, I've realized that I'm just not that talented. And to like maintain all the brushes and things like that can be quite a pain. So instead I've moved back into the world of stamp available. And then the other thing you need is you can have a scraper tool. I never particularly liked scraper tools. I liked things that are like this, the paper business cards, not the super thick ones. These tend to work really well for me, so I'm going to put that on the side. Of course, you're going to need the very famous stamper. Now there are better stampers. I know mine's so beat up. This is so old. I got this when I first got my Bundle Monster. And then what I like to have around, a lot of people will use paper or a napkin. People will use a napkin. I just use this little notepad. I don't even know where I got it from. Boom, I have a paper, and anytime I need, I scrape it off to here, and then I just toss the paper away. These two I got on Amazon. This little one is by this brand. This one's cool because it comes double-sided. So boom and boom. And this one's by this brand down here, Jubia's. And both of these I got on Amazon, so you should be able to get them. And they also have a lot of stampers on Amazon. I really want to, I think this one actually would look great in like a, what do you call it? Like a night sky. I think that would look awesome. Oh, this was not supposed to be blue. It's okay. There, you see it. So now you just want to try to make sure and you center it as much as possible, because it can be hard. So what I like to do is I like to just put my finger towards the edge and then round it out. That's so cute. That's really cute. You know what? I'm going to go with these guys because I haven't used these before.
So here we're just repeating the same thing. Put the nail polish, scrape it off, and then take a stamp and stamp.
Oh, that one's cute. So I want to try these two flowers because this polish is a little bit thicker. And so I want to try it. And you always want to scrape in whatever direction is like closer to the edge. Oh, look at that. We got all flowers on there. But look. Oh, that one looks so good. See, sometimes you gotta finesse it. The KL polishes, they look amazing. Wow. I just went ahead and I pressed one on the corner, and then I'm going to do the other one on the top corner here. Wow. And then we got 2 little flowers there. And then I'm going to put this one on this blue one because it's pretty cute. That looks so good. This blue one here because he's like little and our pinky is little. And then I'm going to do that one right towards the top here. Look at that. Okay, so these are our little spring nails. I'm going to add that second layer of top coat. Some of them I struggled with, some of them I'm really proud of, some of them have been through it. I'm just going to go ahead and add another top coat of this stuff. Now you want to be careful because if you don't do a thick base, then you might end up bleeding your design. So just try to make it thick so that you don't have your flowers or any print you do bleeding. Wow, that came out so crisp. Highly recommend the yall polishes for stamping. Okay, so now we've cleaned up our nails. They're looking fire. Just don't look too close. But this is it. This is how I do my mani at home with like intricate stamping. Not that intricate. You just need some patience. But the last thing I do is I always go ahead and I add a vitamin E oil. No matter what nail hardener you have, if you do not have an oil for your cuticles, your nails will become brittle. And cuticle oil helps with is so that anytime you like hit your nail, or you know, because the hardeners give you strength, give you thickness, but if you hit a nail and it's so brittle that it just breaks, that's not good. So you want your nails to be flexible, so that if you do hit something on accident, doesn't mean go ahead and go hit everything, but if you do hit something on accident, you can go ahead and it doesn't break. It bends a little, it's a little flexible, but not weak. Not weak. And you're gonna massage it all in this part, plus underneath. You just wanna do it all around the nail. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, let me know if you have used any of these stamping plates. I will link everything I can down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.